welcome yogi friends. Thank you for joining me, JoJo, for Nature Teach Yoga. Follow along and have fun. Today we're going to start off with a story. We're going to warm our bodies up, do a little noodle action. Imagine you're a seaweed in the ocean. We're just warming our bodies up. We're going to reach down, pat our feet, pat our knees, pat our thighs, pat our bellies, pat our shoulders, pat our head, back to our feet, knees, thighs, belly, shoulders, head, feet, knees, thighs, belly, shoulders, head. Awesome! We're going to start our day off today with a story. A story with movement, of course, because this is yoga. We're going to stand like a very strong mountain. Hands at our center just like this. Imagine you are a big, strong mountain, wherever that mountain may be. And underneath that mountain is the earth. And in that earth, there's actually magma. And that magma is flowing all around. And underneath that mountain, that magma starts to build. And pressure builds. And the mountain, so much pressure that it erupts. And it sends lava down the mountain to the floor of the earth, into the valley, till it cools. But in that valley, there are plates, Earth's plates. And those plates are moving. They're moving towards each other. Over millions of years, a new mountain is formed. And underneath that mountain, that pressure builds again. And the magma's flowing. And the plates are moving. And the mountain's growing. And the pressure's building. And the plates are moving. And the pressure's building. And magma's coming up until it erupts. And lava flows down that mountain onto the floor, into the valley, until it cools. But underneath that earth, the plates are still moving. And over millions of years, those plates move together. Moving. Maybe one's pushing underneath the other until a new mountain is formed. And those plates are still moving, pushing and smashing into one another. And the mountain is growing, and the mountain is growing over millions of years. And the pressure is building, and magma is flowing up that mountain until it erupts. And lava flows down to the ground, into the valley. Plates are moving into one another, pushing into one another. Millions of years, a new mountain is forming, growing tall, until there's just a mountain. A mountain you might see today, with trees and all kinds of animals and plants and water and maybe snow. Maybe it's springtime. But that mountain is sturdy and strong. It's a beautiful mountain. We love that mountain. Breathe in, imagine your mountain. Blow out at the top of your mountain is all the wind. Breathing in at the top of the mountain. Breathing out the wind at the top of the mountain. Blowing those clouds around. Awesome. How was that story? Was that fun? All right, today we're going to play a game I like to call, What's That Sound? When we hear that sound, we have to become what we're hearing. Okay? So it'll be a series of different noises that you will hear, and you can follow along with me or make up your own. It's up to you. Okay? We were going to become what we hear. So, we're walking along. What's that sound? Oh, it sounds like wind. I'm a forest. I'm in the forest. Wind is blowing all around. Maybe I'm a tree in a forest. Wind is blowing my branches all around. I can switch feet. Be a tree over here. I'm the neighboring tree. Maybe I'm a taller tree. This tree has wide branches. This tree has tall, straight branches. Wild and crazy branches, tall and straight branches, different kinds of trees. The wind has settled. What's that sound? Yeah, that's an owl. Look, we have a tree. So now we can become that owl in the tree. What do owls have? They have really big eyes and ears that can hear really far away. I'm going to put on my owl eyes so I can see in the dark. What do I see up here in this tree as an owl? I see a mouse. I'm going after it, taking out my wings. Flying! What's that sound? That's a duck. Got my hands back here. I gotta waddle. Maybe I'll be up here like this. What noise does a duck make? Where's this duck going? Quack, 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 quack. I'm going to the pond. Quack, quack. I'm in the pond. Swimming in the pond. What's that sound? That's a frog. Gotta get on both my feet. I gotta squat down real low. My knees are out wide. These frogs have long, long legs. They can jump really far with their legs. So we're down here. Got our feet flat on the ground. Our knees are out wide. Our booty's almost touching the ground. And we're pushing away with our knees, with our arms like this. And I think we should take one big leap. Because I see an insect I might want to eat over there. Ready? Jump! What's that sound? That one's a tricky one, huh? That's an otter. There are different kinds of otters. There are river otters and there are sea otters. Maybe today we can be a sea otter. So we're out in the ocean. The waves gently rocking us. Gently rocking us. And maybe we caught some food as an otter. We have our food in our little paws. And otters sometimes like to lay on their back in the ocean. Maybe they're going to eat their snack. Comfortably laying on our back in the ocean. We can kick our feet. Otters are very playful. Maybe we have a little baby on our bellies. Sometimes otters like to carry their babies on their bellies. Kick our little feet. What's that sound? What a beautiful song. Who sings that song? Well, our otter's in the ocean. I think this animal lives in the ocean, and it's a big animal. This one is a whale singing its song. We're going to lay on our bellies. We can make our little tail by crossing our feet like this. We can send our arms straight out, almost like a superhero pose. And we can relax. And then we'll lift our head, we'll lift our arms, and we'll lift our tail. And we can just swim along in the ocean. Swimming along in the ocean. You can even have your hands at your side if you want. Maybe you can use your fins right here. This little whale. swimming along. You recognize that one. That one's an elephant. To the land we go. Big and tall like an elephant. There are elephants in Africa and there are elephants in Southeast Asia. They're different sizes. Today I think will be an African elephant. It's the biggest of the elephants. And we're going to walk along. And we're going to make our trunk with our hands. And maybe we're an elephant that's thirsty and we're down at the pond. We're going to get some water. We're going to reach our trunk down. Splash that water in our mouth. Maybe we can make a fun sound as an elephant. What is that sound? That one is a tiger. And tigers are hunters. And they're really sneaky when they walk around because they don't want anybody to know that they're there. They can lounge in a tree. They can go out hunting. What is that sound? That one kind of sounds like a wolf. That's actually a coyote. Coyotes howl similar to a wolf, and they also bark. So maybe we'll get down on our knees, sniff around like a coyote. What do you think they're sniffing for? What do they eat, coyotes? Do they eat blueberry pie? No. They mainly look for other animals. Ready to do a little howl? They're also very sneaky like a tiger. They try not to get caught. They sneak up behind and sometimes they scavenge off of other animals' food. Yeah, that one's a horse. In yoga, we actually have a pose that we do called the horse pose. It's hard because it doesn't look a whole lot like a horse, but we're going to do it. Our feet are wide. You can do your own too if you'd like. We squat down low. Maybe they call this a horse because it takes a lot of strength to do it, and horses are really strong. And our arms are out to the side. I'll come to the side for you. Just like this. Maybe these ones are our feet. And our feet down here. Can you make a horse sound? What kind of noise does a horse make? Maybe you can wag your little tail. You've got your mane. Nay! Nay! What was that? Yeah. One of my favorites. That one's a goat. This one is a really silly one, and I want you just to have fun with it. So goats are really playful creatures, and they like to climb things and jump off in really silly ways. So imagine you're climbing to maybe the top of a building, or you're maybe on a tree stump, whatever it is. And then we're going to jump and make really silly poses as we do it, like this. They like to flail around and send their back legs all flying. And And they make really silly noises while they stick out their tongues. Are you ready? Bah! Bah! What was that? We must be on the farm because we were just goats. And those are chickens. Also a really silly one. Got your wings down here. Got your feet. They kind of make motion like this with their head. Pecking motion. And they like to look for bugs and worms and snails and all kinds of good grubs down below. And they scratch. Scratch to the ground. Peck. Scratch and peck. Scratch. Peck. And they like to look for those tasty morsels inside the ground, so they'll push aside the dirt and look for the worms and peck. Pushing aside the dirt, looking for worms, pecking. What was that? Those must be the farm dogs, protecting our goats and chickens. You guys remember Downward Dog? Getting on all fours, tucking our toes, reaching our booties to the sky. And send one leg back, imagine it's your tail, wagging that tail. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Switch your feet. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Back and forth. And you make a bark noise. Woof, woof, woof. Wiggle, 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 woof, woof, woof. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. What was that? Our other farm friend. That's the kitty cats. They like to catch the mice around the farm. And this cat is a happy cat. It's springtime. The sun has come out. Oh, and this cat just wants to relax. It's purring. Get on all fours. Round your back. Imagine you're a cat. You're getting your back all scratched. Oh, it feels so good. Feels so good. Oh, yeah, behind the ears. I like that. Oh, behind the ears. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A little scratchy behind the ears. Oh, it feels so good. What is that sound? Our last one. Night must be upon us. Because I hear crickets. Crickets living in the grasses make noise with their back legs. And we'll get down really low onto our knees. You can rub your back feet together like a cricket. Well, that was a really fun game. Thank you so much for playing with me. We're going to do a couple of our breaths that I've got out of our book, ALPHABREATHS, which I'll give you the information down below. We're going to do a couple breaths out of there just to finish off. Our first breath, I like this one a lot because it's springtime and right now all the flowers are coming up out of the ground and the bees and the butterflies and all the pollinators are coming out because the flowers are here. The flowers come out with our longer days and our warmer weather. So we're going to do our flower breath. So you can find a comfortable way to sit. You can sit on your feet or you can sit crisscross, however you want. And when we breathe in, imagine you're sniffing your favorite flower. Right now back here I have some daffodils. So I'm going to sniff my daffodils. And when I breathe out, I'm going to imagine that you're holding one of those dandelion flowers with all the little seeds that when you blow, fly off of the stem and into the wind. And that's how they reproduce and make more flowers. The wind carries their seeds. So we're going to breathe in like we're smelling our favorite flower. I'm going to smell this daffodil. And as you breathe out, imagine you're sending dandelion seeds out into the wild. Ready? We're going to do it a couple times. Here we go. Breathing in, blowing out our seeds. Breathing in, blowing our seeds out. One more time, breathing in, blowing out our seeds. Great job. Okay, our last one, we're going to do a lion breath. So when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in like a lion. Imagine that we're strong and powerful like a lion. Okay, so maybe you can put your hands at your hips. Kind of push your chest out. You feel really powerful, kind of like a superhero stance. We're going to breathe in, imagine we're big and strong like a lion. And when we breathe out, we're actually going to make a little roar. Or it could be a big roar, which is going to be a quiet roar. Okay, like this. Big, strong lion, breathing out, roar! And your roar really comes from your belly right down here. Breathing in, imagine you're big and strong and powerful like a lion. Roaring from our belly. One more time. Breathing in, big, strong lion. Breathing out from our belly. Thank you so much for joining me today, Teacher JoJo, for Nature Teach Yoga. I hope to see you again. Have a beautiful day.